Hey y'all, how you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, Inauguration Day. Heavily requested that we talk about this. I have done a lot of political videos since August of 2020, and we have had a lot of accurate predictions come out of those videos. A lot. So people are begging me to do Inauguration Day in and of itself. So much so that I just now ended a live stream, did that live stream, covered Inauguration Day on that live stream because so many people asked, so I said, fuck it, we'll do it in the live. And we did. And that is why you can see my cheeks are so red. I am burning up from the energy of it. It was intense. So I decided, well, I recorded it. I may as well film an intro here and then let y'all see what we just found out with the cards. So, on this channel, I am a licensed mental health clinician and a spiritual intuitive, and we do take a look at the tea with the tarot. These videos are always meant to be helpful, not hateful. So if you're down with that, please join the family here. We'd love to have you. Also, I would like to bring your attention to the stuff down here below. Can I get my fingers to line up with it? Can I get my fingers? Yes, finally. There we go. Okay, so down here, we're about to scroll to the subscribe button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Check to make sure you're still subscribed if you think you are. And this is what the notification bell will look like if you are subscribed and getting all of the notifications that YouTube can give, but keep checking my channel because sometimes they drop the ball. This is the join button. Join if you want to be a part of the Perk Squad for 5 extra perks, including exclusive video content, and in the link, there's a link in the description box below if you can't find the button. But there we go. Let's dive into this. And just so we know, I didn't say it during the video, so I'm going to say it now. All of this was all alleged. This is just my interpretation. All alleged, just my interpretation. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hitting the record button now. Okay. I can do, if I decide to make a video out of this, I can do an intro or an outro or something for it later. I won't worry about it right now. All right, we are live and we are about to move this microphone right here. And we are going to do a brief mini reading here in this live stream on the inauguration because that's what got the most votes, but we're going to do a mini reading. So as I go ahead and get shuffled up here, I will call in my team. So I invoke the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. I invoke the spirit guides, angels, archangels, and light beings surrounding me now. I invoke the spirit of God and my higher self. I ask that all these positive energies, entities, and beings please assist me now in this co-created process of pulling cards for the highest good of all sentient kind. Please allow us to pull the most accurate cards and to read them in the most accurate ways for the highest good of all kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. All right. So, let's see. Okay. Let me do this briefly get us here a inauguration reading. So, spirit guides, with what you feel like we are permitted to know about the inauguration, give us some insights. What do you want us to know about the inauguration coming up in just a few days? It is January 12th right now, and the inauguration is in 8 days. So we will do a very brief inauguration reading here is what we will do. Okay, so I'm probably not going to be able to read a lot of what y'all are writing in the chat because I'm trying to focus here and not lose track of time like I was losing track of time earlier. Having fun with y'all. Okay, so already before we even get any other context, there's a couple of things I want to point out here. There are some themes here with this justice card here. There's something legal here. Some kind of a legal thing and I will also clarify that when I ask for Inauguration Day, spirit guides may give me information that comes slightly before or slightly after, and I can't control that, but they deem that as being around the nexus of Inauguration Day. So, just putting that out there. But we've got some legal something going on with this, and this card has come up theoretically several times now for Trump, and he is in this upright position, which is interesting to see here. So already I'm kind of like, ooh, what? So let me get some context up on this and see what the hell this is about. And again, for everybody in this chat live and everybody in the chat that will see this once it's recorded, please be kind. Please be nice to myself, the reading, each other, first and foremost, each other, because that's one of the things that enables us to do very polarizing, controversial topics, is people's ability to be kind to each other in the comments. And for the most part, honestly, 80% of the time or more, I see that happening, and I'm very, very thrilled about that. Like, I am grateful. I'm truly thankful for that. I appreciate that more than I think it can even realize. There are a few times that I see some of y'all slinging out some, name calling. You're stupid to believe blah, 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 blah. If you can't see this, then something's wrong with your, stuff like that. Like, alrighty now. So, extra on, I want to get one on here. Okay, I want one here. You know what? Let me get one on all of them. Fuck it. I was wondering about that. Wow. Okay. We'll start with this, and then I'm going to draw more in a second. Okay. Steph, this channel's been so good. I never see fighting on this channel like others. I agree. People are very, on the whole, respectful in this channel and respond well to people asking for respect and things like that. And seriously, when you see the ugly side of the internet, I can't thank y'all enough for that. Over here, what we're seeing this is an imbalance of power, okay? And an imbalance in power as it relates to relationship actually between individuals, not relationship as in the country versus the people. There's an imbalance of power, whatever. No, like literally in terms of relationships with people, there's some sort of a power imbalance at play here on/closely around Inauguration Day. One of the people involved in this power imbalance is a woman, and I will say that this card does sometimes come up as Kamala Harris because she is an air sign, and this is the Queen of Swords. In the reverse position, this can either mean that as it relates to what we're talking about here with the power imbalance, she could be either at a disadvantage, or it could mean that she's up to some stuff that, we would be disappointed if we knew. That's a potential too. I'm just reading the cards as I see them and trying to be as objective to what I see as a human being possibly can. Okay. Chariot card, not getting to move forward in some sort of a way, and the Death card, an ending of something. And this Death card, I don't like that this Death card has come up in a lot of these things. I will say, usually for me, and I've said this to y'all every time I say this to y'all, that usually for me, the Death card is representative of something that is talking about a transition. And it would make sense that transitioning would come up when we're talking about Inauguration Day. It is most likely that. But the fact that the Death card keeps coming up means that I do need to throw out that it is possible that on or closely around Inauguration Day, physical death in a literal sense could be a reality for someone. Remember, we didn't mean to, but we ended up calling RBG's passing in the cards in a previous reading. And so it could happen. I'm saying that just so that I can honor the meanings of the various possibilities of this card. This is an upset group of people. This is like, oh God, how do we put this? You know, whenever people are like, the timing is just right. Like when people are like, oh, it happened that way because it was just a perfect storm of events. And, you know, when you have this and this and this all together, it can't help but to make such and such happen. You know what I mean? Like that perfect storm kind of a thing. That's what this is. That's what's going on here. What? And this is kind of walking away and having to separate from something and make new plans instead related to the government. Oh dear. So it looks like there's a potential here, and I don't know that, I'm not trying to say, oh, this is earth-shattering that I'm saying this. We have all been going through this enough that it doesn't take a psychic to have these gut impulses about what you feel is coming, right? I might be able to read these things in the cards, and some people might be like, you know, hey, I had a feeling about something like that, right? That's possible. That's possible in psychic readings. And I think a lot of people have a feeling of this. This is looking like when people say, oh, this is going to be like the inauguration day to remember, it really does feel like that here, y'all. It really does feel like that. I'm seeing some kind of again, a power imbalance, a power dynamic issue. Remember that our January 2021 predictions video was talking about power grabs and issues like that. That's what this card is kind of reiterating, the power grab dynamic. There's some weird power grab dynamic, and it's these people here, could be between two literal people, could be more than two people, could be that there's two people at the head of whatever this power grab is and there's more people behind them. And Kamala is involved in whatever this thing is. I'm not saying that she's doing a power grab or whatever, because again, she's in the reverse position. It could mean that whatever the power grab is kind of makes her a victim of circumstance, or it could mean that she's a part of it. It could be either way, and we might find out. I say we're gonna find out, but people keep doing things, and sometimes they are televised and sometimes they're not. So I don't know if this would be televised, this part that speaks to her, but there's something in there with that. But this is like not getting to move forward in a way. Like there's something about her not moving forward in the way that she wants. I wonder if that's something that's going to happen, like where we would know why she's not able to move forward in the way she wants. God forbid something happened to Biden and then she ends up moving forward in a different role than she thought she was going to move forward in. I hope the hell. You know, I'm not wishing ill on anybody here. I really am not. I never want that for anyone. But we do have some kind of heaviness here. There's some kind of a weird shift of things not going quite right, and people having to have, you know, new ideas as it relates to the government. So it looks like whatever takes place, like how people say things like, you know, things will never be the same again. No, literally. Like, not just, oh, things will never feel right again or will never whatever. Like, no, in an actual, practical, tangible, physical way, things won't be the same with this. This is catalyzing a really big shift in the way of things, if that's making sense here. So with the Six of Cups, this is like, as it relates, I mean, look at this. Like, look, this person is like passing off the presidency to you. I'm awarding it to you. And so it's like bestowing the presidency, you know, theoretically what we would expect on Biden, as he is confirmed the president-elect from the Electoral College. That's what that card would represent. But then here we have the moon right here. And this is a card about secrecy and hidden agendas. And so it's like, the hell is that about? See, when these readings get heavy like this, I just know people can start getting irate and crazy in the comments. And that's one reason why I'm like, all right, y'all, honor each other. We're in this together. Okay. Yeah, Hermit card, keeping something to someone's self, someone isolating or being isolated or being drawn withdrawn or something like that, not getting what they want out of something. It was a slow race and still didn't take the cake at the end of that slow race, whatever this is. I see some recklessness happening on Inauguration Day, like recklessness here. Oh, see, this is like something not getting started. Like, why do I feel like there's going to be something interrupting the process that we're expecting to happen? Like, there is a process that we're expecting. We're expecting Inauguration Day. We have a confirmed president-elect and his confirmed vice president-elect. So we are expecting on Inauguration Day for them to come in, accept that, give their speeches, move aside, things shift over to the new administration around, noon or something? Is that the law? And so on and so forth. That's what we're expecting. This is a big wrench. And it may not necessarily, because I do know that there are some people who have a lot of theories. Some theories seem fairly plausible. Some theories seem fairly quote unquote out there. There's a lot of theories. I'm not necessarily saying this reading is confirming or denying any of those specific theories. I don't know that I'm abreast of all of the different theories out there. But what I'm saying is something's fucked up. If I get more specifics, I'll tell you more specifics. If they don't give me more specifics, it's because I ain't meant to know either. So, but we'll work on this. And I am being mindful of the time here. At least I know the person who I have an appointment with is technically in the chat. So they know what I'm doing here. But yeah, this is like not being able to take the project forward in the way that we're wanting to be able to take the project forward. Judgment is something being off of the correct path, because as the Judgment card, there's a spiritual, what's the right path versus the wrong path or whatever, in a spiritual sense. As we talk about politics, that starts to get a lot weirder because right versus wrong is hard. It's usually red versus blue or something. But here, in a spiritual sense, this is like something that people would judge because it's not on the correct path, is something that is taking place on / again, slightly before or after this date. It has, remember, that's my receipts card. Hold on. Petermon, Spirit of Petermon, please help me here. Receipts! Whitney! Thank you, Petermon. But yeah, it's the receipts card. So there's some sort of receipts here. Now, again, whether or not we get to know about it, a lot of things happen in secret. And sometimes when I say that, people think that I, 100% totally distrust the media like the alt-right or whatever. I know that even in calmer days of Christmas past, there are times where people are like, oh, you can't say that in a story. Say it this way and leave out these certain details because there's an image that people still need to display. And so I don't know if people will display these things in the way that that they probably should. But with these receipts being in the upright position, this communication should come out. That, like, it is something that the American people would want to know about. Whatever this is something that the American people would want to know about. I say this is a brief reading, and here we are 16 minutes in. This is a full-ass reading. See, I can't do many readings, y'all. Damn context. Hell. 10 of Cups. See, look at this. This is the Happily Ever After card in reverse. So that's, again, you see why I have trouble with the heavy readings back to back to back sometimes? This is Happily Ever After in reverse. There's something that this isn't, I mean, I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. Probably am. Okay. This is a Knight in Shining Armor. That's what this card usually refers to, is the Knight in Shining Armor coming in. This King of Pentacles. So this, high status man coming in as a knight in shining armor, some kind of a way. I don't believe that we have rescuers per se, but what I'm saying here is that there is somebody that seems to be like, I made something happen, or I will make something happen, or I will be be able to help with this some kind of a way. Somebody that's willing to put their status on the line. This is kind of risking some respect, risking their affiliations and networks and connections, things of that nature that they would be willing to put on the line for whatever this information is. But it looks like they're stuck. It looks like they're trapped. Look at this. They're bound up. Some kind of a way they are bound up as it relates to this information. But now we have that happier time. So it's interesting. This looks like it's going to be kind of a pivot point. And not necessarily, did I run out of music because hell, I've been talking so damn long, I ran out of music. Let's start that shit up. Okay, but not necessarily pivot point as in, America's one way and then after Inauguration Day, it's a totally different way. I don't see that necessarily, but I see it's like a shift in people's thinking. Like, I feel like there's, how do I put this? Like, it's a perspective shift. It's some sort of a thing like that. This is big. It's hard to get words for this, y'all. It's so hard to get words for this. Over here, again, we have this Page of Swords in reverse. This is talking about some sort of confusion or lack of understanding or seeing things, quote unquote, the wrong way or not for what they are. And there's an end to this. So it's like this will be putting to rest. This is so funny when I'm starting to hear talking, like making fart noises out of my mouth because I can't even speak. Whatever. It's like there are things here that are going to end about people's perceptions and people's way of thinking. And it's going to make this, the reason why this is going to be so difficult is because there are going to be some people who swore something was the way that they thought it was. And there's going to be some sort of realizations around that makes them think differently. And with that card here, this sometimes is a backstab card. So just throwing it out there. Somebody might, we might have somebody betraying somebody here on/slightly around Inauguration Day. We might have a real big betrayal here because sometimes also this card can talk about someone being a mole. Someone being a spy, someone being, whatever, a plant or whatever, something like that. Someone playing both sides, double-edged sword, playing both sides. And it could be that somebody who is playing both sides ends up being a bit of a backstabber here. See? Double-edged sword, playing both sides. See? Yeah, somebody leaving somebody out in the cold, somebody icing somebody out in a way that comes off as betrayal. This queen is in the upright position, but then we have the damn tower, but the tower card here is in reverse, so it's something happening within somebody's state of mind, with them being like, are you kidding me that this just happened to me? Like somebody in disbelief of what has happened to them, of whatever betrayal that they feel like they experienced here. And they feel like they're in a completely weak and disadvantaged position in this, and they want to give up. Or they have to give up, one or the other. Yeah, can't go forward with that. Can't start that project per se. Heartbreak card. So see, oh, hell. I'm going to pull up these 3 piles here, shuffle these back into the deck that I have left, and get these last couple of cards, and then we're going to have to pull this reading to a close, and I will have to end this live soon so that I can make sure I have time for my appointment coming up. I know y'all are writing a ton of stuff here in the live chat, but I can't look yet. Okay. So. Alrighty, so. with this, remember how I said this is something legal happening, like some legal thing, an actual legal thing? And this here is if people think whatever legally would be going on would be a legal injustice, they're actually probably not right. This in the upright position is like, no, this is justice. Legally, this is what should happen, is supposed to happen, whatever. So there's some kind of a legal component here, other than the fact that the inauguration itself is a legal type of thing, binding, whatever. Like outside of that, this isn't meaning that. But this is some kind of a legal thing. Here we get the Magician, and this is somebody who's kind of able to make things whatever they want to make them. And they're just a very powerful person. They have a lot of connections. They're really good at stuff. And they can do that. And sometimes some people will do that in a way that, say, manipulates things. Not always, but sometimes. So I am putting that out there just in case. It also can be talking about communications. So let's see what we have here. All right, we're bringing up this Empress again. We're bringing up this kind of feminine energy, this powerful energy here. Let's see where this takes us. Ooh, we've got two powerful feminine energies. Now, again, that can be referring to women, but it doesn't always mean that. Sometimes it means people who are bringing that kind of divine feminine energy in, even if they're male. So that can be a male who, in this case, has some sort of sentimentality and this kind of connection to people or something, and they're wanting to plant that seed and bring that in. It could be someone with that type of a drive, because that would be considered the divine feminine type of drive there. But I'm getting those two female cards here. And now we're getting some of these in reverse. Shit. Oh. Damn. What is this legal thing, and who are these? I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna call these two people ladies, because it could be a man and a woman, or two men, or whatever, but we're gonna call them ladies here, because that's what they're coming up as in the cards. And it's like these two women are bringing something to the table. They have something. There's something legal here that they are aware of. And here's that Magician. I'm telling you, that kind of like, I've got my networks, I've got my stuff, I've got my ducks in a row, and they're doing something with that information. They're like, okay, this cold out here is over. But the problem here is, I don't know if they're going to succeed in the way that they want to succeed. So whatever they have, they do have this, and they are legally like on the right side of law with this. But these cards here are not the most successful in some ways. In some ways, it's like it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. In some kind of ways, it's like, good job that you have this, and yet it's not going to bring about everything in the way that you were hoping it was. There's some disappointment here. Disappointment in this stack. These two people there would be kind of disappointed. Oh, damn. These things, like, once the days come by and we see what these things mean, it'll be nice for this shit to become clear. All the pieces of the puzzle coming together. I love when those things come together. Because that's intense here. Here with the Emperor card, we talk about how in other political readings this comes off as a trump card, and him being in the upright position, again, there's some sort of a strength here. It doesn't necessarily mean that he would somehow end up as president again, although the potential exists, but it just means that there's a lot of power here, more so than would normally be there for someone who would be stepping out of the presidency. But here we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse. So here we're having these cards that show something not going well for him. And I think it's something not going well for him more than just oh, if, Biden was now elected and you weren't. I don't think that that's what we're meaning here. I think it's more than that. He's still planning on something. What the hell is he planning on? He's kind of like in fuck it mode. Like, he's planning something. Look at this group of people. What are they planning? What the hell are they planning? They're planning something, and this is a knight. This is like charge, going ahead, moving ahead, and we're going. And then I get the Sun card, which is actually quite positive. He's like, this is him charging forward, full speed ahead with something that is actually in some way a positive thing here. I know some people are not going to believe that, and that, in some ways I would wonder about that myself, but it's there. What are we looking at? It's there. There it is. I mean, that is, because now he's getting these, now he's getting these cards about him being able to actually get somewhere in a certain project that he's working on. And here's the Biden card that we typically get for Biden, and he's in reverse. So again, it either at some sort of detriment or in some kind of a way having done something not good. So again, earlier we got the Kamala card in the same position as we're getting with the Biden card. So somehow, some type of way on these inauguration cards, Trump's things, even if they're showing that he's having setbacks and he's having things that are not going to work out well for him, he still has some things that are riding in his favor more than Biden and Kamala do. And that's interesting there. I don't know if there's some kind of way something will happen where it's like, great, now how is Biden and Kamala supposed to deal with that? Where they kind of get screwed over some kind of a way? Or if this is something where it's like we find something out about Biden or Kamala that we are like, don't tell me that, plug in your ears or something. Like, what the hell? See, remember at the very beginning with the relationship card and how there was something about these two people in relationship and we don't know who? And I was like, it could be, look, it came up on them. But there's some kind of a like breaking bridges or whatever. And see, another one, y'all. Both of these are relationship cards in reverse. The Two of Cups is like the lesser form of this Lover's card, both of which in reverse. There's some kind of a, there's a problem in their partnership. If not now, then there will be. And again, I don't know how public that's going to be, because usually if there's some kind of a thing happening in big figures, they're like, keep this under wraps, don't let people know, it'll affect the image, so I don't know if we'll know about that, but there's some kind of a partnership issue with them, and it could, if they have a partnership issue either now or in the future then that could be something that could cause a lot of problems. That could be problematic there. And here we go again with the two ladies. There's just something about two women. And now that we've gotten two more queens, I don't think that it could be a potential for men to be involved. Now that we've gotten two more queens, I think that that's confirming that no, we're specifically speaking about two women here. I don't know who the fuck these two women are. I don't know how the fuck they play into this, excuse my language. But it's like there's something big here with these two women. Something about moving forward and fighting and letting the wheels of fate happen, and something that is fated to happen does that certain people celebrate over. And then there's this, we get to be happily ever after. We do. Y'all, this is like, how like in sports, like, there's a major upset. Like there's some weird something going on here with this. What the fuck? And this is talking about when we start something new here, but we have the High Priestess, which is about secrets. There are secrets. There's something hidden here. There are secrets. Boom, the tower. Remember that the tower came up in our January 2021 reading, and I said it meant January was going to be a shit show, and just 6 days later, boom, January was a fucking shit show. Here we go again. Tower moment. If the day itself is not a tower moment, it will have catalyzed a tower moment. Okay? So if we don't have this tower moment on the day of, it will have catalyzed a tower moment. A tower moment about power dynamics, because remember, we've been talking about these power dynamics and about the government. And honestly, I hate to say this, but this is the Hierophant in reverse, the government in reverse. This could be a part of a fall of the government. It could be the government, like some kind of a, there could, and this doesn't necessarily mean it's super fast and super sudden. I don't know. It could be a slow decline. That is incredibly possible, because in the past we have gotten that tower moment for Jeffree Star, talking about a slow decline with his Dramageddon stuff, Carmageddon stuff, and we have seen that happen as a slow decline. So this very well could be a slow decline. It may not be fast, but there's some kind of a change up here. And decline doesn't mean necessarily, the government declines and we all, start living Mad Max style. It just means things shift and things change. When towers come up, a lot of people are afraid of it, and there's a lot of good reason why you would be afraid of it. Respect the tower, but it's not always the worst thing. Sometimes towers can bring about changes that would be good. You think about these cycles where the phoenix rises from the ashes, and so it was a stressful event that created the burning and the ashes, but then the phoenix rose from it, and it's like, whoa, good. There could be a moment of that sort. Could be a slow thing again, but Inauguration Day either brings that into focus then, or there is a slow build of this that begins because of a catalyzed moment from that day. Boom, here we go. We have the fighting and the protesting and the rioting and bullshit again that came up in our January reading. We have somebody here saying, I want to win at all costs. I want my way at all costs. Hangman in reverse. Things are like, boom, slow-mo. Kind of like how, and I hate to say it because I don't necessarily want to compare this to this because I don't know if it's true, but the Twin Towers that day, how the world stood still because it was like, what? There's a pause moment. Things could stand still. There could be people, and again, that could be referring to whatever these moments are that are catalyzed. It may not be something that happens that day, but it can be like, hold on, let's press the pause button for a minute here. What? Come again? It could be like that. There are going to be people who are anxious about this and freaked out about this. There are going to be people who feel like this isn't the right path where it should go. There are going to be people that are like, this isn't over. This isn't how it should be. So I don't like this weird polarity. I don't like this pulling of the rubber band until it pops. Sorry. I'm flailing around here because I'm sweating and this is heavy. But it seems like we're in for these things. These are things that are kind of like stressful and kind of hidden. Things are not quite as they seem. It doesn't necessarily mean things are completely opposite of what they seem, but things are not quite what they seem here. But look here. I'm wanting y'all to look at this. For anybody that this reading is probably freaking out, look at here. 9 of Wands, upright. This is my little Rocky Balboa card. He's been beaten down, but he's still standing. He's a resilient motherfucker, and so are we, okay? This is resiliency. And this is us getting there slowly but surely. We will get there slowly but surely. We will get the prize, y'all. We will get there slowly but surely. But emphasis on the word slowly. Anybody that's waiting for this to happen and everything to be brand new and great and our utopia is finally here and yada, 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 that's not what's going to happen here. This is a slow race. And things, this is an exposure of sorts. Things in the future, there are some things that are gonna eke out. Again, it may not be a big boom, here's your exposure. It could be a little by little thing, but there we go. But here's our karmic circle. This is what we're kind of waiting to see. This Six of Cups in reverse, karmic circles always tie loose ends. Things come around. This is a coming around. This is a coming full circle. There will be a full circle moment of sorts. Yeah. So this reading is starting to now shift into going a bit away from Inauguration Day and, the times shortly before and after. It's kind of going away from that. So I want to not, get so stretched out to where we're starting to talk about, waves and waves into the future, because we've already done a reading on the political future of the United States. So that video is also on my channel. So we're going to stop this here. And I am looking at the time. I do need to head out very shortly for my private reading that is coming up. And again, thank God my private reading person is here in the chat, so they know what I've been up to. And that I care about being timely for their appointment. But yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is why I'm like, maybe I'll make a dedicated video. How about you focus? Thank you. Because, wow, I was like, we'll do a mini read on this, and then we'll do a dedicated video for the aliens. Hell, I could have done a mini reading on the aliens and a dedicated video to this, but I guess this is the dedicated video. Y'all are going to see me take this recording, hopefully, God willing, and repost it onto the channel. So, let me go ahead and put myself back over here. Let's take this last few minutes to kind of debrief a little bit, because I don't want to be like, all right, wow, we spent a lot of time on this reading, bye. So let's debrief a little bit. So everybody, like, seriously, we're going to do this. We're going to do the paper thing again. We're going to do the paper breathing. For anybody in the Perk Squad, you know what this is about. We're going to do the paper breathing right now. And I'm serious. I'm not joking. We're going to do this. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm going on the paper, we will breathe in at the count until we get here. Then we'll hold it here. Then we'll breathe out till we get here. Hold it. Breathe in till we get here. Hold it. Breathe out till we get here. Hold it. We're going to do that. We're going to repeat that. And I mean it. It sounds hokey, but let's do it. I'm serious. We need that after a reading like this. So everyone breathe in. A little bit more. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe out. All the way out. All the way out. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe in. A little bit more. Hold. Breathe out. Slowly breathe out. Slowly breathe it out. All the way out now. Hold. And breathe in. And start to just do it at your own pace. Whatever feels good. Whatever feels natural. Whatever feels right. Okay? Okay? And what we're going to do too is we're going to ask the spirit guides, angels, archangels, and light beings surrounding us that were helping us in this reading. We're going to ask them to continue to help us as we draw closer to Inauguration Day, on Inauguration Day, and after that, we're going to ask them to help us know what we need to know, when we need to know it, and help us to act according to the inner guidance that they give us. And we're going to ask them to help us with any anxieties, any fears, any panic, any dread, any anger, any kind of emotions like that. We're going to ask them to assist us with that and to help transmute that energy so that we can channel something more effective into the world and give all of that flusteredness away and channel something effectively into the world. We want to be contributors, not contaminators in this world, and we can be. And know that every one of us, even if we've gone through very, very shitty times in our lives, somehow we've tripped, but we haven't fallen. Somehow we're still here. Somehow we still get up and do what we got to do, and things somehow work out. And that's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. We might trip, but we're not gonna fall, okay? It will never be all bad. There will always be some silver lining that we can notice. And none of us are alone going through this. We're going through this together. So, we've got this. Put out into the world that which you want to receive from the world. We've got this, okay? All right. We did a good enough debrief. We're feeling okay. We're feeling a little bit better. We're feeling a little bit ready, knowing that we are ready. We were born in these times because our spirits chose to be born in these times. We are ready. We are prepared. Okay. So, anywho, I haven't had a chance to look in the chat here recently, and I know that I am not going to have the time to go back up and read through things even if I want to, and I do want to, but I do know in 10 minutes my private session starts, and I need to go shake it off and take a breather and drink some water and refresh myself so that I can give my all to this person, because they deserve that. Ooh. My ear just popped back in the right direction. It's been fucked up all day, and it just popped back in a good direction. Awesome. I'm feeling that y'all's positive energies did that. So, first of all, thank you again to Lucky Charms. Specifically, I want to tell you thank you because that was way too kind, and I got stunned, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I'm not so sure if I said thank you effectively or well, because I honestly can't even, my mind is black about how I reacted to that. So, just thank you again. And then thank you to all of you who are in here, and everybody who has been a part of this live stream today. For anybody who's not watching the live stream and who is going to be watching this as a recording, if you want a private reading, then in the description box below, you can find my website where you can schedule a private reading. You can become a part of the Perk Squad for 5 extra perks on the channel. You can, I have merch there, got my P.O. box there. Everything is there. All the shit is there, okay? So, anywho, thank y'all for being here, and don't be a stranger, and come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Alrighty, y'all. So, y'all here in the chat and y'all here in the future chat. I love y'all. Mean it. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it. Bye, y'all.